We're not arguing about it. See, that's the problem. Give me Titus 1 verse 16.
God say, do not quarrel behind His word.
We're not quarreling. No, it doesn't say that. Paul debated in Acts.
If you read the Bible, it don't say you should not have temptation. If you got temptation,
bro, that's not what you're talking about. That's not what we're talking about. Bro, chill out. Let's deal as brothers, man.
We are the children of the one Yahweh. Ye are the chosen of the one Yahweh. And He has given this law to us.
I don't want to say that they're a follower of God, but niggas still manifesting the works of the flesh. The works of the flesh is evidently manifest in these niggas, man. Because they're still children of disobedience. So get this, right?
The book of Ephesians chapter 5 from the top. Be ye therefore followers of the Most High as dear children.
Do what?
Be ye followers of the Most High as dear children.
Because you have to come back as a child, man. When you're reborn and through the fire and the power, which is the word, you have to come back and humble yourself as a child. You have to start all the way over and spiritually grow. Give me Hebrews 5 and verse 12, man. Because you have to come back and be learned and weaned off of that milk, man. Hold what you got. Give me Isaiah 28. You know what I'm talking about? By precept on precept. No, not that.
It's Hebrews chapter 5 and verse 12. It says, for the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again.
Teach you again, man. Like you're a small child and you have to be weaned off of that little bit of knowledge, that little bit of milk, so you can finally grow up and actually get on the meat of the scriptures.
Which be the first principles of the oracles of God.
The first principles of the oracles of God, which is talking about the law, statutes, commandments, even when you look at it in the Greek, right? Because when we first come into this truth, we have to start off with the law, statutes, and commandments. You can't just jump to Isaiah. Now you 2 days in the truth trying to break down something in Isaiah, man. That's why a lot of these niggas are bug outs. And that's why the Christians are bugging out too. Because they jump straight to Matthew and think they know what they're talking about. Now Christ is born of a virgin. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense, because if you look at the law, statutes, and commandments, Deuteronomy 18 verse 18, he had to be born just like us, man. Was any of us born of a virgin? No. So he has to be born just like us, man. That's why you need to be on the first principles of the oracles of God, which is the law, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead.
And are become such as have need of milk.
Yeah, a need of milk, just like how a child is. You can't feed a child a steak. They're gonna choke on it and die. And you've killed your child now if you try to feed a little baby some steak, man. That's crazy. Yeah?
And not of strong meat, for everyone that useth milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness. For he is a babe.
Or he's a what?
For he is a babe.
He is a babe, man. He's a child in this, because he's first coming into this truth, man. Go ahead.
It says, but strong meat belonging to them, there are full of strong meat belonging to them, there are full of age.
They're full age, man. Strong meat belongs to them. The deeper breakdowns, like how the Bible says, the dark sayings belong to those who are full age, man. That's why a lot of people don't get the breakdowns. That's why a lot of these people say that they believe in God, but they're actually Satanists, because they're adverse to the Most High God. And all their give me Titus 1 verse 16. You're adverse to the Most High God, just like how these Christians are. They say they love the Lord. They go in these church houses, but in your works you profess that you are a Satanist. You profess that you are adverse to Him. You profess that you are not of God. Watch this.
Titus 1 and 16. They profess that they know God, but in works they deny Him.
In what?
In works they deny Him.
In works you deny Him, man. You give me. Hold what you got. Give me SICARRI 32, last 2 verses. Read that all.
Titus 1 and 16. They profess that they know God, but in works they deny Him.
It's like Christians. They profess that they know the Most High God, but in their works they evidently deny Him, man. That's why you eat pork. That's why you don't want to keep the Sabbath day. That's why if anything comes in the Bible, you have an issue with it, because you are not of God, man. You profess you're of God. Everybody wants to say, really what they do is, because they're scared because they think that hell exists, some fiery place underneath the earth exists, so they just want to walk around saying, oh yeah, I'm of God, Just so the Most High, they think the Most High God's going to see that and pardon them from that, bro, and get pardoned from their judgment. But no, the Most High God is looking for people who have faith and works, man. So you profess that you know God, you profess that you're a so-called Christian, but in your works you deny Him, proving you actually don't believe in God and you're not a follower of God. Read that again.
Says they profess that they know God, but in works they deny Him, being abominable, and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate.
And unto every good work reprobate. What's a good work, man? These law, statutes, and commandments. Give me Romans 7 and verse 14. Because this law is good. This law is holy and set apart, man. And that's how we're supposed to be as people. But you Christians, it's such a blasphemy that you call yourself Christian, man. It's such a blasphemy that you call yourself set apart and anointed, but you do everything the world does, man. All the other nations eat pork. All the other nations break the Shabbat day. All the other nations don't keep these law, statutes, and commandments. So you're not holy. You're not set apart. You're common, man. You're like these commoners, bro. The Most High God said we are to be holy as He is holy, man.
This is Romans chapter 7 and verse 14. For we know that the law is
started. Where is that? Started 13. No, started 12.
Romans 7 and verse 12 says, wherefore the law is holy.
Oh, the law is what?
The law is holy, and the commandment is holy, and just and good.
And just and good. That's the good works that you have to be keeping, man. But you Christians don't have good works. Y'all say the law is done away with. Y'all say Y'all say a murderer can come back to your church after they murdered somebody in your church, man. That's crazy. We went up to Amber Geiger's church, and the leadership. Oh, Slack. I'm already thinking ahead. I'm already to Slack. We went to Botham John's church, and the leadership there, the elders said, "Oh, Amber Geiger, when she gets out, she can come back and worship here. We'll treat her like a human being, and everything will be fine. We'll love her." That's terrible, bro. You're not. That proves everybody who's a member of that so-called church is in danger of their life, man. Because y'all have an unrepentant murderer. Really, the Edomites aren't going to repent anyway. But for the sake of the argument, you have an unrepentant murderer in your midst, and you're just going to keep him there, man. And she can, at any moment, can kill somebody. At any moment can kill somebody, and it's okay. And you know they're going to just say it's okay after you're dead, bro. And say that you want them to not serve any time because that's what you would have wanted, bro. That's asinine, bro. That proves Christianity is not for us. That proves evidently Christianity is not for us. That somebody could just murder you and everything's okay. You'll throw them a pizza party. That's what Christians want to do. They want to throw a pizza party for the so-called murderer, man, and just say everything's okay, bro. It really hurt my heart to see that. It shows how destroyed our nation is, and it shows how the so-called Edomites, the so-called white man, has done a massive number to our people, bro. Contorting our book and to making it seem we should love them when the Most High God hates them, showing that they're Satan, because that's adverse to the Most High, because the Most High God hates them and their people. But they'll tell you, according to your book, according to your heritage, that the Most High God loves them, man. So that's why, and on top of that, that's why y'all profess that y'all know God, but in works deny Him, because you're learning from them. All your breakdowns are from the so-called white men. That's why the law is done away with. That's why Christ came through a virgin. That's why, what else? The Trinity exists, man. Because y'all have all these doctrines from the so-called white man, the certain people who's had you in slavery for decades, man, for centuries. And now you're supposed to believe them? You're supposed to believe the breakdowns they have? Hell no, man. That's why we need to come up out of that. Get your precept.
The Psalms 58 and 3 says the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
And that's the Edomites, bro. Give me 50 of the wicked, how the wicked take hold of the statutes. I think it's 50. It should be 50 something. But that's the Edomites for you. As soon as they're born, they're telling lies. They're adversarial to the Most High. They're adversarial to humanity, man. Let's break it down like that. They're adversarial to humanity. They're adversarial to God. They're adversarial to themselves. That's why they build all these lands and destroy the trees so they don't have any air to breathe. So nobody has air to breathe, man. They're here to plague the earth and to plague us. That's why when the Most High God actually brings us into our land, they're going to get destroyed because there's going to be no need for them anymore. Their only existence here is to plague us and to kill us and enslave us. But when we finally get these new bodies, which come through the new covenant, and our new spirit gets brought upon us, then there will be no need for them anymore. That's why he's going to kill them. Well, what you got? You got the precept?
This book of Psalms, chapter 50 and verse 16.
Yeah.
But unto the wicked, God said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
So who's the wicked? The so-called white man, according to Malachi chapter 1 verse 3 through 4, man. The wicked, the board of wickedness, the Edomites, Edom, man. They don't need to be taken. What's up? So is that again? Oh yeah. But hold on. That's why. Actually, read that again.
It says, but unto the wicked, God said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes?
So the Edomites have no reason to pick up this book, man. None. That's why when they pick up this book, they start telling lies. That's why all of our people is stuck on lies, man. That's why y'all not truly following the Most High God, because y'all aren't picking it up and reading it for yourselves, man. Now let's get back. Actually, get that.
The book of SICARRI, chapter 13 and verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with the serpent, or as any such come nigh wild beasts?
So who will pity a snake charmer, man? Somebody who tries to charm a snake to dance. Who's gonna pity them when they get bit? Nobody, because you shouldn't be playing with a damn snake, man.
Right, that part.
Just like with our people. You shouldn't have been hanging out. If you didn't want the Edomite to snitch on you, you shouldn't have been gang banging with his dumb ass, bro. And that's what happened. That happened in Chicago. That nigga told on everybody. His pants weren't sagging, his hat wasn't backwards then. He was in the courtroom with a nice 3-piece suit on, snitching on all you niggas, man. And went to college after that and everything. Basically 6'9" y'all, bro. So I don't pity y'all, man, because y'all shouldn't have been doing that. First of all, y'all shouldn't have been gangbangers anyway. Yeah. But secondly, you shouldn't have been gangbanging with your goddamn oppressor, bro.
Gangbanging against them.
Yeah, do that, bro. When Jake gonna do that? Niggas always say they about action. I ain't seen no action from the black man in centuries, bro. Like, give me SICARRI. Give me SICARRI. Oh yeah.
The book of SICARRI, chapter 32 and verse 23. In every good work, trust thine own soul.
And every good work, trust thine own soul. For what's a good work?
For this is the keeping of the commandments.
It's the what?
Keeping of the commandments.
So the good works is the keeping of the commandments, man. That's what the good works is. Because if you try to pull something, if we pulled that one verse in, what was that? What was in Ephesians chapter 5? No, it was in Titus. Titus 1 verse 16. They'll say the good works is all donating to charity and doing all that. That's why you got to that's why you got to go precept upon precept, man. If you look at this precept, it literally says the good work is what?
Keeping the commandments.
It's keeping the commandments. So go ahead.
He that believeth in Yahweh taketh heed to the commandments.
So those who actually believe in the Most High God, those who are actually followers of the Most High God, will take heed to the commandments. Go ahead.
And he that trusteth in him,
trust is going into faith,
shall fare never the worse.
Shall fare never the worse, man. Because the Most High God is looking for those who are living by faith. And their faith is confirmed by their good works, man. And so you actually believe in something. Since you believe in something, you'll take action, man. Just like the Black Lives Matter people, man. They have faith in what they're doing. That's why they're out there in front of City Hall. Even though it's not going to accomplish anything, because you're basically just asking the Edomite to stop hurting us, what they're never going to do. We've been doing that for centuries.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 13. Consider the work of God.
Yeah, consider the work of God. Think about how the Most High God structured the earth.
For who can make that straight which he hath made crooked?
So the white man is crooked. He was born crooked. He was born adversarial to you. He was born the Edomite, the wicked of the Bible, the border of wickedness. He was born that way. So you begging in front of City Hall isn't going to do anything, man. You getting exercise isn't going to do anything. You having a day of outrage where we march and then just say, oh, no justice, no peace, isn't going to do anything, man.
If you really
wanted no justice, no peace, you would have started flipping cars over. Y'all would have started attacking police officers, breaking down businesses. Y'all would have been looking like Chile, Hong Kong, Haiti.
Y'all would be doing that, man. But y'all aren't on that. Not to say you should do that. What you need to do is actually come back to the law, statutes, commandments, and Yahweh will fight for you.
That's right.
But if y'all gonna say no justice, no peace, I ain't seen no peace from the black man. I seen y'all hug the so-called white man at the rally when you say no justice, no peace, man.
Man, it was the white woman that had the Black Lives Matter shirt and the sign.
Exactly, bro. Leading the charge. Y'all niggas ain't about what y'all niggas ain't about action, bro. Now go back to Ephesians. Go back to Ephesians. Ephesians chapter 5. Sorry.
The book of Ephesians chapter 5 from the top. Be ye therefore followers of God as dear children.
As dear children, actually come back to this truth and be a follower of God, which entails faith in Yahweh Shai, faith in Him, and the commandments. That's what you got to do. You can't profess that you know God. You can't profess that you're a Christian and have no works. Y'all here celebrating Halloween. Y'all here celebrating Christmas. Y'all here celebrating and Thanksgiving. You're professing that you don't know the Most High God.
And walk in love.
And do what?
Walk in love.
Walk in love. Give me 2 John 6. 2 John 6. It says walk in love. Let's see what that's going into.
This is the book of 2 John. And verse 6 says, and this is love.
And this is love. It's going to define what love is.
That we walk after His commandments.
It's what?
That we walk after His commandments.
Yeah.
This is a commandment. that as ye have heard from the beginning.
You heard from the what?
From the beginning.
So this commandment you've heard from the beginning. It's Leviticus chapter 17. 19, verse 17. Y'all heard that from the beginning. You heard that? That's proving the law is still in effect. Because it's saying you heard this from the beginning. So keep doing what you was originally supposed to be doing, Jake. And that word love there is agape, which is the same thing as here, man. That's what agape is. Benevolence. Through keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, it's going to prove it.
As Hamashiach also hath loved us, and hath given himself for us, an offering and a sacrifice to the Most High for a sweet-smelling savor.
Which is a Levitical sacrifice, man. Proving he only died for Israel, because who is Levitical sacrifices for? Israel. That's Leviticus chapter 1 from the top, bro. Going all the way down, I think, to verse 9.
But fornication and all uncleanliness.
Wait, jump before the fornication.
Before? As Hamashiach hath also loved us, and have given himself for us, an offering and a sacrifice to the Most High for a sweet-smelling savor. But fornication and all uncleanliness or covetousness.
So it's naming stuff that's breaking the law, statutes, and commandments.
Let it not be once named amongst you as becometh saints.
So wait a minute. Read that part again. Read all again.
But fornication and all uncleanliness,
sexual sins, being a homosexual, being a faggot, let that not be named. Let that not be named once on you, man.
Or covetousness,
being a niggard, trying to take everything, trying to eat everything. You see your brother having some Jordans, trying to rob him around the corner for him, being a covetous nigga.
Let it not be once named against you as becometh saints.
Because the saints, what does saints mean? Kodash means holy, set apart. A holy people isn't going to rob their neighbor. A holy people is going to respect the women of their nation, man. A holy man is going to respect his people, which is showing love. That's why it says walk in love, and love is keeping the commandments.
Neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather giving of thanks. For this ye know, that no whoremonger, nor unclean person,
no pimp or unclean person, which going into unclean as in impurity, you just a reprobate nigga. That's what unclean is going into.
Nor covetous man, who is an idolater.
Covetousness is idolatry. You saying you gotta have this and you gotta have that, you're making that your idol. To the point that you're worshiping it, man.
This land is full of idols.
It's full of idols. Yeah, exactly. Isaiah 2.
Hath any inheritance in the kingdom of Hamashiach and of the Most High.
So He's basically saying all those people who is breaking those law, statutes, commandments, proving that you have to keep the law, statutes, commandments to actually be a so-called Christian or Hamashiach, anointed. To say that you're of that, you have to be walking in love, which is the opposite of breaking these commandments, man. So go ahead.
Let no man deceive you with vain words.
With vain words such as the law is done away with, which is what else? The Trinity, man. Everybody can be saved.
Virgin birth.
The virgin birth, man. Go ahead.
For because of these things cometh the wrath of the Most High upon the children of disobedience.
Children of what?
Disobedience.
The children of disobedience, man. That's what we've become as a nation. A children of disobedience, man. Professing that we know God, but it works denying Him. Being reprobate, man. That's the problem with our people, bro. You can't even have I can't even at work have a decent dialogue with Jake. It's impossible, bro. It's impossible. It makes you want to blow your damn head off, man. I know that's everybody, man. You can't have no decent, like, unless it's about like some football, right. I can deal with that. But then you try to talk about some Bible stuff. Oh man, y'all Israelites, man. Tell me what I can and can't do, man. No, God's telling you. Yeah, exactly, bro. And that be the main ones calling themselves Christians, man. That's absolutely. Trying to tell me I'm going off. Like you at work on the Sabbath day, man. You going off, nigga? You don't even keep what's the Sabbath day? Friday through no, nigga. It's not Friday through Saturday. What's the rules of the Shabbat? Oh, you can't go to work. What else? That's it. No, nigga, you can't buy or sell. Yo, niggas, just give me Matthew chapter 7. Niggas is hypocrites, bro. Niggas is hypocrites, and you're trying to. I hate trying to use this word for something like this. You're trying to judge me on me not keeping the law, statutes, commandments, but you don't even give a damn about the Bible. You're just trying to make me look bad so I can be in the same company as you, man. Misery loves company, bro. Go ahead.
Book of Matthew chapter 7 from the top says, "Judge not that ye be not judged."
Yeah, judge not lest ye be not.
Judge not that ye be not judged.
Yeah. So it's saying don't try to bring down judgment on somebody for the law, statutes, commandments, unless you don't want to be judged by that same measure. What?
Says for with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged.
For what measure you judge, you shall be judged. So you're trying to tell me I'm going off for being at work during the Shabbat? I can't help that. I can't help that I'm in captivity to these damn devils. But you're trying to judge me on it. The most I'm looking at you.
God first.
What's up, man? What's up, man? God first, man. Hold on, man. Are you drunk, bro? Are you drunk? Are you on any drugs or anything? You sure? Okay. How do you put God first? No, I'm asking, how do you do that? Like, if you want to draw me a diagram of how to put God first, how do you do that?
Everything that you do, everything that you think, everything that you even imagine.
So let's say if I wanted to be a homosexual, and can I put God first then?
No.
So how is it gonna be that way?
First world from homosexuals.
That's not him flooding it. He flooded the earth because it was wicked. He ran down
That's
fire. Hold on. He ran down fire on Sodom and Gomorrah. But that wasn't the flood, bro. That's all I'm trying to clear up. That wasn't the flood. He rained fire down upon them. That's something. But you're on the same line of logic. But I'm gonna show you how to put God first, man. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 10.
Hold on. I ain't gonna make like no.
Come on, man. Don't be like that when the Bible comes out, bro.
Genesis and Revelation, we say he that finds the wife finds a good thing, say first from the Lord. Bro.
Just chill out. Let's read this verse. You know what I want?
12. This is Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12.
This is how you put God first.
It says, "And now Israel, what doeth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him."
That's how you put God first. I'm gonna tell you how to do that. Brother, chill out. Brother, chill out. We're gonna get there, man. Watch this. It's gonna tell you how to do that.
It says, "And to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
So that's how you put God first. You have to keep the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability. And you said nobody can do that?
No, I never said nobody can do that.
Bro, you just said nobody can do that because of the flesh. I heard what you said.
Say, if you believe in God and you believe in Jesus Christ, your Savior and Lord, He already told you He sent His Son down to die for our sins.
Yeah.
So He know every day that we wake up, we're not going to be perfect. We might just slip up and say a curse word.
That's not going on, bro. Saying a curse word, saying like the F word, that's not
believe in God. He said you cannot serve two gods at one time.
Sure,
So if you serving God, ain't no curse words, no doubt or faith or no lack of faith should make you doubt. So
brother, hold on, bro. What's believing in God?
Believing in God is keeping your temple clean.
No, man, that's not what believing in God is.
Well, say
I'll
we
show
are
you.
two
Let's
different
see.
religions.
No, let's see. I'm just reading the Bible. No, let's get it.
God say do not
This is the book.
Hold on. God say we should not.
We're not arguing about it. See, that's the problem. Give me Titus 1 verse 16.
God say do not
1 verse 16.
quarrel behind
Bro,
His
we're
word.
not quarreling. No, it doesn't say that. Paul debated in
So
Acts.
if you read your Bible, it don't say you should not have temptation. If you got temptation,
Bro, that's not what you're talking about. That's not what we're talking about. Bro, chill out. Let's deal as brothers, man. Now bring out Titus. What?
This is the book of Titus, chapter 1 and verse 16.
Bring this nigga right here, man.
They profess that they know God.
We does what?
They profess that they know God.
Yeah.
But in works, they deny Him.
They deny him, bro. This nigga don't believe in God. They want to shake their head at us, right? Because we coming out of the Bible, bro. We believe in two. Oh, this nigga right, bro. He's absolutely right. We believe in two different gods because your God is yourself, man. Because if we believe in two different gods, I believe in the God of the Bible. That's why I'm coming out of the scriptures. So if we believe in a different God, then you don't believe in the scriptures. So you don't believe in the God of the Bible, bro. Your God is yourself, man. That's what it is, bro. And niggas is lying, bro. I know you drunk, man. Nobody just deals like that. No sober guy just deals like that, bro. Niggas is, read it again.
It's the book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 16. They profess that they know God, but in works they deny Him, being abominable, and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate.
It's every good work reprobate, but you can't even get a word in with niggas, bro. Niggas think they know everything. Let's just deal with the scriptures. It's exactly what I've been going through this whole day. Christians pretend like they love God. And just give you a dumbass. That's how it is when I'm at work, right? Niggas say the Bible said don't quarrel about His word. Doesn't it say debate thy cause in the scriptures? Didn't Paul in Acts go to Mars Hill? What do you do in Mars Hill? You debate. Didn't Paul debate in the synagogues? Niggas it contend for. Give me that. You can prove all things, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. We do believe in two different gods. You believe in Satan, and I believe in the God of heaven, Yahweh, bro. That's what it boils down to. Man. That's absolutely maddening. I had to cut. I really wanted to get. Go ahead.
The book of Jude, chapter 1, verse 3. Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you that ye should earnestly contend for the faith.
So earnestly contend for the faith, man. What is the word contend going to? Struggle, fight for a cause. That's what contend means. Just really contend for the faith, man. Like Paul and the other apostles did, persuading the Jews in the synagogues, man. Niggas don't know nothing, bro. I was trying to compose myself, because I saw the niggas up there shaking their head like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Nigga, I'm coming out of the scriptures. Verbatim.
If we didn't have a Bible out here and we just talked about it, they'd be here for hours.
They'd be here for hours, ready to evangelize me, bro. Ready.
But if we have the Bible, I can't do it. They have a whole sword.
You see how the nigga was trying to run? He was trying to run when Deuteronomy came out, bro. He's like, oh man, he's talking about that guy there. I was like, bro, come on, bro. These the scriptures. Hey, anybody seen Boondocks? You know when Tom was possessed by the demon? Y'all seen that?
Yeah.
He said, look, let me see this. He said, read, nigga, read. He's like, don't let her read. Read, nigga. That's these niggas, bro. I can't believe that, bro. You can't even have a logical conversation with Jake. And they're gonna go away from this conversation thinking I was the one doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Thinking I was the one. I was like, no, brother. We gotta go to the scriptures. We gotta go with thus saith Yahweh, man.